Today we're going to be making the rotary Dodds very, very happy. As you guys know, behind me is my future Street Drift FC build. We took all of the best parts from my Sailor 7 car, retired that chassis, and we're putting it all in here. However, this engine is bad. Very bad. We're gonna have to take it apart, rebuild it, probably replace a lot of the parts as well. So that means your girl needs an engine. And I know someone who just happened to have the perfect one for this build. So obviously that means that your girl needs a new engine for this car. Now the original plan was to use the entire setup that I got from my other RX7 FC shell that came with a full engine setup. Already got the rotors and assembly balanced by Vargas. However, we still need to port that block and machine it for our oversized studs. And I just found out that Adam and I might be gone all of February in another state. More info to come on that. My point is, I don't have a lot of time and I really want to get this car running before I am gone for a month. And on top of this, Vargas just so happened to have the most perfect engine for this car. Had to make a move, and guess what? Today we're going to be building a 13V with Vargas, and I'm so stoked. With Vargas, I do have some chassis updates for you guys. Look at that. That is the silent high power HKS exhaust for the RX7 FC. Honestly, there is not many options for bolt-on exhaust setups for this car. There's the one by HKS, there's a really expensive one by Racing Beat, and I think that's pretty much it. Eventually, I do want to make my own dual tip custom exhaust coming out of this thing, but for now, bolt-on, sweet, easy is the way to go. And Nick still had to fabricate the front of the exhaust with our downpipe, and here she is. The full exhaust is off the car for now, but this is good to go. Nick also got our radiator brackets welded on there. Still need to secure everything, but that is where it's going to be. Our oil and power steering coolers are in their spot, which is pretty cool because they get their own airflow for the most part, sitting slightly above the intercooler. And because of this, I'm thinking eventually I might want to gusset or like replace this with a piece of metal that has, I don't know, parts cut into it or something, so that we have more airflow coming through here at a higher point, so that it gets our power steering cooler and our oil cooler its own fresh air. So we'll see if temps end up being an issue. That is always something that we could do. And then our intercooler is mounted as well. For fuel lines, we are using the stock hard lines and just converting the very ends to AN, so that we're pretty much good to go already, and same for our brake lines as well. Keeping this really simple. Vargas is about to be here, and when you see his plates and housings, you will understand how I just had to make a deal and make that engine mine. And he's already done the street porting on this setup as well, which is really going to speed things up, and they do not have to be drilled for oversized studs. I'm actually getting a setup from him that comes with the thicker S5 plate, which I didn't even really know that was a thing, so that is so freaking cool, and it's gonna be so much stronger just as it is compared to the regular style plates. I'll have him tell you guys more about that. I'm also using his front cover, and I bought his upper and lower intake manifold, which is the FD one, and it looks so much better. The holy Dorito. my oil seals for the rotor. The circular seals that go on the face of the rotor, I can't find. I can't find them anywhere, so I'm kind of freaking out. I feel like in building rotary engines, rotor assembly kind of takes the most amount of time, and that's where a lot of it can go right or go wrong. So right now I am, like I said, missing those oil seal rings that go on the face, and hopefully we can figure that out before the end of the day. But all my other seals for the rotor are here. So we have our very important apex seals right here, our apex seal springs, which I guess I ordered extra, our side seals and our side seal springs. These are what we're going to be cutting to length and clearancing them ourselves. And then our corner seals, using OEM corner seals, they have like the rubber center part in it, and our corner seal springs. So the side seals go along each side. Our corner seals go in the corners with their springs, and our apex seals go on each side. I haven't built an engine with Vargas yet, so I'm really excited to learn from him. Yes, I've assembled an engine before and I've learned, but I feel like I've never really learned the right way and the best way to do it. So I'm very excited to get advice from Vargas, and hopefully we can get the stupid oil seals for the rotors here today so that we can actually build this thing. Look who it is! Look who showed up! Karen's a very special cargo. Oh, buckled in and everything. Dang. Wow. Already my color. See, I knew it. You sent me a photo of this and I knew immediately this part was porky pink. Are you ready, y'all? Are you ready, y'all? Are you getting why this is meant for me? Oh my. Wow. Hell yeah. Dude.
Can't do this one LS.
I love it. I know, right? You can't just carry your block anywhere. Oh, I love.
It's a little dirty. I gotta wipe it down, but
Corky pink.
yeah.
Wow. Sorry, I didn't tell him the truth about this block. Vargas sends me a photo. This is his engine. It was his engine. He was like, yo, look at this. All set up and shiny, and I was like, you better stop. That's corky pink, isn't it? And like, this is pretty much exactly what I would have wanted to do to my engine, and he's very nice. And
yeah, I got more. I can do another one.
This is also a special one because it has the thicker plate.
Yeah, so this area right here is way thicker than the other T2s. So this is comparable to a 93 REW engine. So pretty much we can run whatever boost we want and it's not gonna crack a plate.
So big shout out, thank you to Vargas for letting me buy his engine setup. He was just working on this for his car, but you have a little more time, right?
Yeah, I got a lot to do still.
And you have another plate and block setup with, for your car, but it's ported differently. So you're gonna now do maybe like a Bridgeport on yours?
Yeah, the Bridgeport's already done, so I'm gonna keep the Bridgeport.
So thank you for letting me get this. This is gonna make us be able to do so much more progress on that FC before I might be gone for an entire month on a special project. But Vargas, thank you for making this happen, because this would have taken a long time otherwise. Because on mine, we still would have needed to machine it for the oversized studs. It still needed porting, and it still needed to be powder coated and colored, and this is literally exactly what I was gonna do to mine. You sent me the photo and I was immediately so jealous, and finally a week later I was like, look, can I just buy our setup from you, because it's everything that I would have ever wanted. So thank you.
Oh yeah, I guess we'll just finish up the porting on it.
I already mentioned that I don't have the oil seals, so we're gonna see if that can magically be worked out somehow. I am not sure if I can find them, but there still is porting to finish up, and then maybe we can crack open the Sailor 7 car.
Definitely we'll crack that open.
Yeah.
But definitely throw this in there, mock it up, and that way we can get like a really good idea of what we need on that car.
Well, thank you. I love it so much. Want the most dramatic side-by-side of all time. Hey look, you can kind of see my fade. Yeah? In its former glory.
Yeah, I see it.
It was a little bit of a fade. Oh, that's rough.
Look
at that. Quite the upgrade.
This is you. This is the girl she tells you not to worry about.
Wow, wow. Oh, that's rough. Who are you talking to? This is you. That was so pointed. This is you. Yeah, so this is quite the upgrade. This didn't look a lot better.
Because it's pink, so usually the verbiage is for guys. Yeah.
So this is you, so Dash told you not to worry about.
Yeah, that's it. This one's still S5, which is stronger than the S4 one you have, but this one is the rare one that is way thicker. So looking at it from this angle, it has a lot of overhang, thicker area, and this is what cracks on the rotaries.
And that's why we don't really need to oversize that one.
Yeah, that one we don't need to put 1/2-inch studs.
Very nice. Big upgrade. So all the parts in here though are still, in theory, good. We don't really know yet until we open it up. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to buy new housings at the least.
Yeah.
But I didn't know you could still buy them new.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But like I have NA rotors in this one that should be higher compression.
If you still have the other housings, the S4 housings, you can still use them here. The only difference is you can't use S4 and S5. You have to use both of them matching. So you can still use yours.
But then I won't have another engine to
sorry.
figure out what we have to do something with. Well, this one is going to be rebuilt for another special project that I haven't talked about, but it's going to be a chassis that definitely does not come with a rotary in it. That is your only hint, and that's for later this year. So this was not the original plan. Originally, we were just gonna throw the heart of Sailor 7 into the new shell, start it up, keep it simple, ready to go, but this one is absolutely destroyed, and we will get a better look into that when we actually break this apart. But that explains why we couldn't get it started. Because at one point, I feel like you're here.
It's a mix of a lot of stuff. ECU burn, engines really hurt from looking at it from the outside. So we'll see once we open it.
And thanks to Vargas, now I get this beautiful engine to put together and put in here. It's gonna be so good. Alright, I have some bad news. I do not think I'm gonna be able to get my hands on new oil control rings for the rotors. It really does suck, but we're still gonna make the most of Vargas being here. We're gonna crack open Sailor 7, see just how bad she is, and maybe start on some rotor prep and a little bit of assembly. And we still need to finish porting on the engine. So we're gonna get a lot of stuff done, and we're gonna start on the process to build the new engine for the RX7. Just kind of change and plan a little bit. But I have been really curious of just how bad the Sailor 7 engine is, so we're gonna figure that out today. To find like massive dashes in here, so at least that's maybe a positive.
Yeah, you can.
I might be able to reuse these.
Yeah, you can fix them.
Sweet, just saved me $500.
And then we don't have to drill them.
Oh yeah, and saved us from having to re-drill new ones. Hopefully the other one's that good, but I swear, in the photo, maybe.
I mean, it still has lines. It's just the angle. You can feel it with your nails. Like if you ride your nail through it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, they're scratched up, but they're fixable. They're not that deep.
I was expecting a lot worse, so I'm stoked. Unfortunately, these oil control rings, which is what I forgot to buy for our new engine, these are too worn to want to put into a brand new engine. Or you're saying this one's too worn, but this one's okay?
Yeah, this one's too worn, this one's fine.
So might as well just buy new ones.
Yeah.
Conclusion, today we have just disassembled an engine to turn it into a coffee table.
Yeah,
because we're not gonna want to use pretty much any of these parts. I was hoping we'd at least be able to use these rotors because I didn't realize these are even better because they're S5 NA ones.
They're S5 and they're 3 mil.
And 3 mil, but this rotor is trash. We still don't know what maybe disintegrated itself onto these or what you said it looked like side seal.
Looks like parts.
What is that? There's so much damage all over this, so this is now going to be maybe the decoration on top of the coffee table that we make out of all the plates. This one has some stuffing there, and the porting is a little questionable.
Same thing.
Oh, literally, yeah, wait.
It's got skipping from the tool right here, and then just this port's not right. Then another skip right there.
And the other plate, we could in theory use this, but this one, this whole setup is already studded, yeah, for 1/2-inch studs. And then if we end up using the thicker S5 plate, we're not gonna stud it, so I can't really interchange the plate.
Yeah, we will be re-drilling everything just to accommodate for this middle plate, which is not that expensive. So we might as well just replace all 3 of them.
And the housings actually weren't as bad as what I was expecting, but there's wear on the bottom there.
So that's gonna lose compression through there.
Which which like you said, it would still run, but the car that we're wanting to build another engine for is going to be a drift car that's going to be hammered on, and don't really want to take the risk using any janky parts. So yeah, new coffee table, stoked about that. Thanks guys. Thanks for helping me redecorate. Now I gotta find a lounge area to put this in.
The Sailor 7, how it was, that's a good, the engine matches it.
Yeah.
But where we're trying to go, you know, where we're trying to go, this is not the quality we want, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta live and learn.
Right? In the rotary world, we're up here now, so
yeah,
it has to stay behind.
So what I thought was just swapping over Sailor 7 into a new chassis is now turning into its own full-blown build. Love that. New engine and everything. So kind of expected to not have the best news tearing down this engine. Yeah, the whole time I also thought this had an RX-8 shaft in it, which is supposed to be how much lighter? It's at least it's like 2 pounds-ish lighter. That's what I thought was in this. Nope, wrong. Not an RX-8 one. But the flywheel is from an RX-8.
Yeah, the flywheel was from an RX-8. So
I would have never known that. Full of surprises. So how can you tell it's from an RX-8?
So this part number right here is N3H3. It's RX-8. N3H1 is FD, or A1 I think it is. FC is N318, is turbo FC.
And then the RX-8 shaft has four holes.
So that's why it's lighter, because it has more holes on it. This is just a regular RX-7 one. It's supposed to have little tiny ones here and then 2 more.
Wow, what a great day of discovery this has been. One good rotor out of all that.
We can find another S5 NA rotor, match this one, but that means that we have to send it to a machine shop to
do 3 mil.
3 mil.
Yeah. Vargas was telling me how to tell what rotors are NA. Says they get less and less deep right here, so there's more material. So this has the most material here, so it's the least deep. These are S5 NA, and this is S4 NA, so you can see it has more of a divot in there.
And the turbo ones are even deeper than that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never knew that's how you could tell the difference.
Right here. See?
Wow.
That much deeper.
Yeah, so the regular ones are even more taken out.
Yeah, even more. So that's like 1/8 of an inch. These are harder to find. These will make way more power at less boost, but they also will find detonation faster at the same boost this one's at. So it's like kind of like you're running less boost than this one. You're making more power than this one, but you're limited to 11 PSI. Where this one's limited to 14 PSI, but this one at 14 and this one at 11, they'll make the same power.
Okay.
So this is a good rotor to have on E85, which you can run higher boost and higher timing.
But yeah, I don't think I mentioned that. You surprised me. You swapped out my turbo rotors and actually balanced S4 and A1s. So they'll be slightly higher compression. Thanks. Appreciate that.
These are like slightly higher, not as aggressive as this.
Well, if anyone else has a S5 NA rotor, randomly a single one they want to sell, that's drilled out for 3 mil apex seals, hit me up. This build is escalated from we decided to use that as a coffee table to now we're like, well, we could put an engine together and it will run. It's just not going to be great for like a high performance drift car. And now Vargas has convinced me that I need to do a Miata build, have maybe practice doing some porting on this spare engine, and then now we're porting. Right now we've gone from
We're making the best of it.
We're making the best of it, and he thought, why not try porting for the first time on our potentially future engine for a Miata.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else yet for that build. It's an idea. If you guys want to see that, comment below, let us know. But this could be for a Miata, and we're gonna try and fix the porting on this now, and you're just gonna show me how it's done?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we have a template, which is nice, and that's how we got this shape from. And I don't know, you're telling me to just go for it, but I'm a little...
We're just going straight in. That's the only way to learn. Like
all right, yeah, we went from coffee table to now porting for my future project that I don't have anything else for, but we're good.
We're just following the line.
Just all the way open, full throttle?
Yeah, full throttle.
Oh. Okay, and then just straight up and down.
So keep it straight like this. Yeah. Getting steady right now, because when you're like this, you're like wobbly. So when you put your hand down, now you can keep it steady and keep it straight. It can be at this angle, it just has to be straight. That's it, not like this, not like that, straight. That way you're not like doing this and then you have a whole bunch of takeout over here. Like, try to do it like evenly, working yourself to that line.
It's the next day. I forgot to film an outro, but I've always wanted to learn how to do porting, so Vargas showed me a little bit of how to do that. I'm gonna do a lot more practice, and that's the perfect block to try it on because that's gonna be kind of the rough test things on for the first time block that apparently now I need to do another build for, but everything worked out. We really did need to take that engine apart anyway, and then Vargas is going to be here in about a week, and then we will have absolutely everything that we need to build my brand new, shiny, pretty engine. So comment below on how detailed you guys want me to be with that process. We have the man that knows how to do it, so I'm gonna be learning good habits for building rotary engines, and I'm excited to show you guys as well. That is it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.